Hey mabuhay everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and for today's video, I'll be comparing two of the more affordable Nike sneakers that recently came out. This is the KYRIE 8 or the KYRIE Infinity, and this is the PG6. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, to this channel, please do so. Please click the subscribe button down below, and of course, like this video afterwards. So here in front of me, of course, is Kyrie Irving signature sneaker, which is the 8th edition, and this is the 6th edition of Paul George signature sneaker. So this one is newer compared to the Kyrie 8, but let's find out which one is better. Let's start off with the uppers of these two sneakers. On the PG6, it features this textile mesh upper around the toe box area, which is very soft. Right off the box, you don't need to break it in, while on the side it has this mesh like material that is fused, which is a kind of like a net, and at the back is a very soft fabric here that feels like a towel that is very similar to the tongue area of the PG6. So overall, the PG6 material is really soft. The tongue is really soft, while on the Kyrie 8 it features this fused mesh upper, but it is not too fused that it will become crunchy. And right off the box, it is really soft. You don't need to break it in two. While on the back part of the Kyries, features this synthetic leather that is really soft too, even on the medial side. And as for the tongue, like I've said, like when I was prepping for this video, I mean, this video can be a comparison between the two of the most comfortable tongue. Look how thick the tongues are on both sneakers. They're very comfortable when I was wearing them side by side. You can literally pull the laces and you still feel very cozy around your foot. So that is what's really nice between these two sneakers. You will feel the comfort right off the box. And as for the support on the Kyries, this upper, this fused material really cages your foot too. So I would say lateral support for both are very good. From the toe area to the lateral part of the sneaker, lateral support is very good on both. As for the durability around the toe area, I would give it more to the Kyries because this material is more fused compared to this textile feel on the PG. So if you want more durable material, I would say go with the Kyries because it feels like it won't rip that easily. And of course, there's synthetic leather panels all around the Kyries, while on the PGs it has this textile too at the back, disinfray over time. So I'm giving durability more on the Kyries. As for the lateral support of the Kyries, it is a very supportive sneaker, while the PG6 lateral support too is awesome. So it really depends on your preference. If you want a more fusy feel, of course go with the Kyries. But if you want to have just a little bit of give to the upper but still giving you that very nice lateral support, the PG6 is for you. Because as you can see on the Kyries, there's a leather piece here, plus the cushion goes up too, caging your foot more. While here on the ankle part, there's also the straps, this leather straps, also acts as wings and strap and kind of pulls your foot down to the footbed. While on the PGs, the wings are more in the forefoot part. These two parts are like wings. So it depends on where you want your lateral support more or where it kind of pulls your foot down more. On the PGs, it's more towards the forefoot part. This part going to the toe area. While on the Kyries, it's more here because this leather piece here kind of just pulls your foot down to the footbed. But the pull of the straps are more around the ankle part. So it's more to the back side of the sneaker compared to the PG6, which is more around the forefoot part where you feel the most support. So if you want more forefoot support, PG6, more back support, go with the Kyries. As for the ease of wear, they're pretty easy to put your foot in. The lacing system is traditional, and the opening of both shoes are very big. Even though the Kyries is a mid-cut, still opens up widely, so you can put your foot easily on the Kyries too. One thing to watch out on the fit of these two sneakers. So if your feet is more on the regular to narrow side, the KYRIE is for you because it's more snug around the midfoot part, and you can see the arch here going inside more on the KYRIE compared to the PG's upper. There's more space around the midfoot compared to the KYRIE. So I felt that the KYRIE are more snug around the midfoot. So if you're a wide footer, I think you're better off with the PGs compared to the KYRIE. Both sneakers are known to be very narrow sneakers ever since, but in this case, the KYRIE Infinity and the PG6, the KYRIE Infinity is more snug around the midfoot compared to the PG6. Now let's move on to the cushion setup of both sneakers. PG6 features a full-length React foam, while on the KYRIE Infinities, it has a 4-foot zoom straddle plus a heel zoom, which is really nice. And the main difference between the two is if you like bounciness feel just below your foot, of course, go with the KYRIE. On the PGs, if you want a more mushier feel than a slight bounce to the sneaker, the PG6 will give you that. And as for impact protection around the heel, the PG6 has more impact protections because it has a thicker foam around the heel compared to the KYRIE's heel cushion. The Phylon is not that thick, so if you want more impact protection, the PG6 is better in that category. While on the 4-foot thickness, in terms of the cushion, they're pretty much the same when I was walking around with them. It's just a matter of feel, because on the KYRIE it's a bit bouncier because of the air zoom unit that you can feel right below your foot. But if you're more towards impact protection and not bounce, the PGs are a lot better in that aspect. Now moving on to the traction of these two sneakers. As for durability, the rubber compound on the PGs is a little bit harder, but on the KYRIE, even though it's thinner or more pliable, it is longer. So I would say for outdoor use, the KYRIE will be better in that aspect because it has more threads compared to the PGs, which has knobs. So if the knobs rip apart, it's not that many, so it might be dangerous when you play it again indoors. But if you're just mainly playing outdoors, I think the PGs is okay. But if you're playing indoors and outdoors, I think the KYRIE's traction will be a little bit better outdoors. As for the bite of the tractions, I was surprised that the PG6 was biting a bit more compared to the KYRIE's, and the PG6 even squeaks more compared to the KYRIE's. So there's a little bit of difference in the traction, but in terms of grippiness, just a little bit more grip on the PGs compared to the KYRIE's. But the KYRIE's traction is still very good, but the PGs is a little bit better. As for outer use, like I've said, traction wise, I would give it more on the KYRIE's, but the cushion department, if you want more impact protection, if you're just playing outdoors and you're not playing indoors, I think the PGs will be better for outdoors because of the full-length React foam on the PGs, which will give you a very nice impact protection. Even though the slab of React is not that thick, it will still give a better impact protection compared to the KYRIE's, which is also very responsive. Both sneakers are very low to the ground, but like I've said, if you want more impact protection, the PGs will give you that. While on the KYRIE's, it's more on the responsiveness, springiness department. So it really depends on your preference. Now let's see the width on the forefoot for stability. They're equally very wide in the forefoot, while on the heel, the KYRIE's is a little bit thicker around the heel. So I would say stability wise, they're both very good, but the PG6 has a flatter forefoot, so it's more stable when you're going for a jump shot. While the KYRIE's, even though it's a little bit curved, but it's not as pronounced as the previous KYRIE's, it still has a very nice curve here in the forefoot. So when you're doing lateral cuts or you're doing crossovers, the KYRIE's will be better in that department because it has more threads here in the middle part of the forefoot compared to the PG's, which has just little treads here. So who will I recommend these two sneakers? So if you're more of a guard who is shiftier and you're looking for bounciness in the sneaker and more support in the upper, the KYRIEs will give you that. While if you are a guard who likes more impact protection, and if you're more of a shooter, if you want your stability and balance fast for a quick jump shot, the PG6 will give you that. And of course, if you want impact protection more in the sneaker, the PG6 will give you that too. As for ankle mobility, even though the KYRIEs is a mid-cut sneaker, both have very good ankle mobility. Heel containment and lockdown are both very nice on both sneakers, but a little bit better on the KYRIEs because it's a mid-cut sneaker compared to the PG6, which is really low. You can even fold this part. So this is where the heel cup is on the PG. So if you want maximum ankle mobility, go with the PGs. But if you want more ankle protection, the KYRIEs will give you that at the same time. Still gives you a very nice ankle mobility. As for the sizing of these two sneakers, go true to size if you're a regular footer and half size up if you're a wide footer. But I would say the PG6 is better for wide footers because of the mid-foot snugness on the KYRIEs. As for the price of both sneakers, PGs is 6,200 pesos here in the Philippines, so that's around 110 US dollars or 105 US dollars. While on the KYRIEs, it is 120 US dollars or 7,000 pesos. So around $20 difference, give or take, for these two sneakers. This is more expensive because I think because of the zoom strobel and the heel zoom unit that you can feel on the KYRIEs. But I would say both are amazing performance for their price point. But for me personally, if you're going to ask me which sneaker I would choose to play in, I would choose the KYRIEs over the PGs because of how I like the Air Zoom Strobel. If you've been following this channel, Air Zoom Strobel is one of the nicest invention recently by Nike. I really like the springiness and the zoom strobel that I'm feeling and the bounciness that I'm feeling out of an Air Zoom unit. So that's it on my comparison between these two sneakers. I hope I help you guys out. Let me know in the comments down below which one you would choose. This has been MARKCHES again. Thank you again for dropping by this channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.